Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. This is our weekly Major League Baseball betting show that we do with Doug Upstone. Today is June 5th. Right now we're going to take a look at futures odds to win the National League. Doug, thanks for being back with us.
Peter, my pleasure to be here once again. And, looking at these odds, kind of a head scratcher still, don't you think? With
Yeah,
the Dodgers
well, I mean,
on top?
are the Dodgers the Detroit Tigers of the National League, or are the Dodgers' favorite odds to win the National League a little bit more justified?
At this point, at plus 370, I think those are pretty lousy odds. At least Detroit's in first place. The Dodgers aren't anywhere near first place, and frankly, aren't even in the playoff picture. As we sit here today, as you said, on June 5th, this is a team. I don't like him at all. Here's the problem: is that it's with their offense, and it's their offense at home, because on the road they're actually scoring 4.7 runs a game, which is very good. But at home they're averaging a paltry 3.8 runs a game. And I know that Dodger Stadium's a tougher place to score runs, but you the home team, if that's what you're doing, I think we're going back to the Sandy Koufax, Don Drysdale years with the way they're putting up runs these days.
All right, and then after the Dodgers comes the Cardinals, the Giants, and the Nationals. Those are basically the second, third, and fourth choices in terms of the betting markets. Out of those three teams, which do you think would be the best bet?
Well, it's the lowest odds with San Francisco at plus 430, but it's the best bet because it's the best team in the National League. Again, a lot of home run power on this team. They have good starting pitching, not great, but there's the potential when Matt Cain comes back that it should be elevated. And we said this lineup is producing very well, and the bullpen is back to being the bullpen that won two World Series previously. This team knows how to win. As I just mentioned, they've got 2 rings in the last 4+ seasons. I think that they're loaded. St. Louis, this offense continues to struggle at 3.8 runs per game. The pitching is more than adequate enough. But I would not myself play them at plus 450. I don't think they're good enough to get it done.
And then what about the Brewers? They must be about 12-1, 14-1. They've got a live lineup. Their pitching is a little bit but if their pitching improves a little bit, their bullpen was very good in the beginning of the season. Now it's tailed off a little bit, but if their bullpen starts to get strong again, their hitting continues, and maybe they fix their pitching staff a little bit. What about Milwaukee to win at about 12-1, 14-1?
Yeah, I think the Brewers, fallen into that general area. And the one thing, so far they've, even though they've stumbled here and there, they've been pretty consistent. And one of the things that I look at in terms of consistency is how teams play in different situations, and in games determined by 1 run, by 2 or 3, or by 4 or more runs. The Brewers and the Giants are the only teams in the National League that have a positive record. So that tells me that, the Brewers can win in different ways. They can win in tight games, when the bullpen's needed, or if they need to hit, or if they need to, score a lot of runs, they have the potential to do that. So yeah, there's definitely some things to like about the Brewers as a potential team. Some things to be worked out. And, and their history too, Peter, is that they're not afraid to go out and make a trade if they find themselves in a pennant race. They might not get a top tier guy, but if you remember like CC Sabathia a few years ago when they picked him up, they're not afraid to go out and get that guy.
All right, so it sounds like as of June 5th, your top pick to win the NL pennant is the Giants, and your value pick would be Milwaukee?
That would be correct, Peter.
All right, thanks so much, Doug Upstone, and I'll talk to you again next week.